All right. Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Say hi to everybody on. You guys are on early today. Got Wendy's on, Kathleen.
Christine.
What else we got? Let me know. Papa Joey.
Papa Joey.
Hey, Papa Joey. Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's going to be fun.
Yes, it will definitely be interesting.
So, hey, Dan and Dad.
Hey, Dad.
So welcome to Straight Up Paranormal. We are kicking off a series that we want to call Partners in the Paranormal. And it's going to be a lot of fun, actually, because, as short a time as we've been doing this, we've ran into a lot of couples, a lot of partners in paranormal, and always had an interest in, what the relationship's like, being that you are close to each other. How does that affect paranormal investigating? And, our guests that we have on today, you guys probably all know them and love them, George and Cara Schopplein.
Yay.
And I'm actually George is going to kill me, so I'm glad he's off screen right now, but I'm actually going to credit him for this idea because he was on Parapalooza, the last Parapalooza we did, and did a whole segment on, being in a relationship and paranormal. And it just really sparked an interest, for me, especially.
Yeah.
And then that's when you and I sat down and talked and decided that we should do a show about it.
Why not?
Bring on different, couples and partners. There's George and Cara. What a cute couple they are.
Aren't they adorable?
So we'll go ahead and bring them on without further ado.
Yay.
Here they are, George and Cara.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, first and foremost, I don't like what you just said. This is your idea. This is your idea. But I just want, I'm going to start it off correctly. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. But I just don't know what happened. You guys left us in your green room once again with half-eaten sprinkled Pop-Tarts. I don't know if you have a janitor inside your green room or whatever, but, I did say, leave me with some full-size sprinkled Pop-Tarts, but I took some out of your green room, so hope you guys don't mind. Good to see you guys, man.
I didn't get any Pop-Tarts.
Well, I took them both, man. I had to, man. I had to.
For you.
Oh, man. Well, thanks. You know what? Hey, well, all I can say is this. Thanks for having us on. I think this is going to be very cool. I think it's so important out there that people truly understand, not just in paranormal, but in life. If you find something that you truly enjoy as a couple, you can't ask for anything more. If it's bowling, miniature golfing, or whatever, but paranormal investigating, this is so needed for paranormal couples because there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons. And I just want to say thank you for having us on. That's it.
There's some more pros than cons.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll definitely get into that for sure because I want all the juicy details. But no, it's our pleasure having you guys on. We've worked with you in the past on Truth About Beer and Parapalooza, and you guys are really awesome. And I mean it though, George. I mean I never would have thought about it if you didn't do that segment. I never would have thought, that's a great point, the connection that couples have when it comes to investigating.
Well, like you two, I mean, it's like, or anybody out there, and I'm going to tone my volume down because my energy is always like, and I have to calm it down. I need to slow down and
then stop eating those Pop-Tarts.
Exactly. Stop eating.
But they're so good.
You had like 4 cups of coffee in the last 20 minutes you've been on.
It is so true. You guys got some great coffee in that green room. It's like, what the hell?
Worse coffee in there and like terrible snacks.
Right?
No, it was really good. I'm enjoying it. So it is very needed. Like you're saying, again, it's just an opportunity today to be on this show that you guys have. That's going to be amazing, and to be here for your first one I'm hoping it's a great start, and we're able to help or whatever it may be, and let people know that paranormal investigating as a couple is so much fun. To see your wife get scared or
see your husband scream like a girl. Yeah.
You know what?
Not yet. I'm waiting for that day. But there's been times where he looks over and like, is something happening? Is it happening now?
Oh God. It's just, but what you guys, I love the way you started your show where, you see all the segments of you two investigating too. So you guys even understand, I know you do, you understand it's to have your spouse with you or someone that, anybody that you are investigating with, as your partner, it's so much fun, and it's a lot of fun, and it's fun. I don't know what other word I could use. It's fun, and that's what paranormal. I don't know when to shut up. Okay, George, stop talking. No, that's what makes it. But that's my argument in the paranormal field is, if you're not having fun, don't do it. Go find something else. Go do something else. It's fun, capital letters, fun, and it's nice to have fun with your spouse or your loved one or whatever words you may want to use.
Exactly. Well, so let's get the juicy details on you guys. So how did you guys meet? First of all, let's start that off.
Go ahead, babe.
Oh, you want me? Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So
Now,
I had just turned 18, and my friend and I had gone to an 18 and over nightclub, and there were these guys that were bugging us, and we had said, "Oh, we're meeting our boyfriends later." Well, which was a lie because we didn't have boyfriends, and we ran into George, and we had actually gone to high school together. I was a freshman when he was a senior. But my friend knew him because I think your mom used to babysit her or something. I don't know. So we ran into him and she introduced us. And at that time, the guys from earlier were starting to walk up to us. And I asked George, to pretend to be my boyfriend. And here we are 34 years later.
Boy, did she make a mistake. We've been, and never, we would have never thought in a million years we'd be doing, again, it's about paranormal. We would have never thought about thinking we're ever going to do paranormal. I mean, I'm the guy that would not watch a scary show, wouldn't do I don't like spooky stuff because I do scream.
And he lived next door to a cemetery when I met him.
Yeah,
so.
I did. But it's to where we're at in our journey. I love the word journey. This journey, I wouldn't change a dang thing about it. I mean, there's a few little hiccups in our life that on a serious note, I've dealt with cancer twice. I had to put Cara through a lot of crap during that time. That wasn't fun. But I wouldn't change anything. 34 years together. It's we are our best friends, and it's the biggest compliment we get all the time. I feel that we get is, if I could say this, is when they say, "Oh, how long have you been married?" "Oh, we've been married 30 years, 29 years." And they're like, "What? That's unheard of." You don't hear about that. Everybody quits. Everybody throws in the towel over. Well, she probably should have thrown in the towel already because I do not like doing the dishwasher. I suck at it.
He does. He tries. He tries, but I tell him, when you unload it, can you kind of see how things are like put in there? And when you put the dishes back in, like do it the same way, but
doesn't happen. So we have our little, we have our little.
Have him do something else.
No, that's it too, and that's what she does. You're absolutely right. So, no, man, we have a great time, and it's not fake. I've been the same. Her and I have been the same people since Facebook. For me, 3.5 years ago. I go back sometimes, look at my crap, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm still the same guy, people. Because I get a lot of crap like, oh, fake, as in being so happy. No, I'm still the same cat 4 years ago, y'all. I haven't changed. So,
I mean, it doesn't mean our life is perfect, but we just are try to be positive all the time.
Well, now did either of you, when you met, were either of you doing paranormal investigating at that time, or is that something you discovered together?
Something we discovered together.
Yeah.
We so about 10 years ago, we started having a bunch of activity in a house that we lived in. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of blossomed from there. At that time, he was still, he actually wanted to move out and go live in a hotel because he thought that it would just go away. But I had an experience when I was 12. So I was always a believer, and I was always fascinated with the paranormal. But he didn't even like to watch Ghost Adventures. And he's like, "Oh, that's just that. Oh yeah, that's all fake." And which, I mean, some of it is, but once I mean, come on, let's be realistic. Everything, they can't get something every single time they investigate somewhere, but we started having activity in our house, and it was a lot. And we were working with a friend of ours who was an energy healer, and she helped us, get everything under control. And we actually had an exorcism in our house. And after,
it was bad.
It's actually not as scary as it seems. I was expecting like the movie, But after that happened, it was so quiet in our house. It was actually kind of boring. But that's when we kind of really got into, we decided to, use what we learned and, try to help others with, what's going on in their houses or their lives or things like that. So that's how we got into the paranormal.
That's cool. That's cool that you found it together. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. No, but it's like you guys too, though. I mean, you guys found it together, as in paranormal. I assume the same situation for all couples or individuals.
I kind of drug her into it.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I get. Well, there's been a lot of times where I wanted to walk away, many times, and it's because you get tired, whatever it may be. But
Right.
Kara's like, you're not going anywhere. Get your.
I said, oh
back
no.
in.
I said, you're not going anywhere. I still want to investigate. So we're in this together. So
I love it though. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with paranormal investigating. I'm in, that's probably really strong, but again, what I really love about it is the fact that my wife and I have something that we can enjoy together. And if I have to sacrifice whatever it is, if it's even sacrificing, I don't think it is anymore. It's fun to have just a absolute love for the field. And absolutely love when we say, hey, we're going to go investigate, that we're going to have a good time together. And it's not always about getting evidence. It's about meeting new people.
Right.
I love meeting people. And I know it sounds really like, but I love people. I just love people. I think everybody has a reason why you run into them in life, and it's always just a high vibe thing. You got to slow down a little bit. There's a reason for everything.
Right.
And we're from we're from Brentwood, California.
not the OJ Brentwood. We're
No.
we're in Northern California in a little farm town called Brentwood. Right now it's cherry picking season here. So
yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, no, whenever we say Brentwood, people automatically think it's Southern California. I'm like, no, sorry, we don't have that kind of money.
No, exactly.
All right. So aside from your house that you had the experience in, what was the first investigation that you guys went on?
Okay.
So
I must have trained you well because
do you remember?
Stop talking.
Which one were you? What were you going to say?
The first of it was a cemetery when we signed. Go ahead then. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, I don't really consider that an investigation. I mean, we decided one time we went on Meetup and we found some paranormal groups and we went to a cemetery, but I don't really consider that an investigation. I was thinking when we actually went and stayed at the Cedar Creek Inn. So how we started out too is for our anniversary or birthdays, we would go stay at a claimed haunted hotel and do our own little investigation. So our very first one was at this place in Gold Country called Cedar Creek Inn. And we had gone to some cemeteries and, got some EVPs, and we went to our room and when we were trying to figure out how to turn on the TV, we turned around and the armoire door was wide open. And we were just like, okay. And we closed it and didn't really think anything of it. We went to dinner, came back, it was open again. So before we went to bed, we were doing some EVPs in the room. And I said, oh, are you the one that opened the armoire door? And we heard a woman say, uh-huh. And so we're like,
remote.
So we're like, okay. So we turned off the lights, went to bed, and we heard something get thrown across the room. So we got up, looked around, we couldn't find anything. So we turned off the light, and we were George had his camera taking pictures and I had my EVP recorder going. And those hard cork coasters for drinks?
Yeah. Yep.
There had been one sitting on the nightstand next to the bed. Well, it got thrown full force across the room and hit the wall next to me. And I was like, I was like so freaked out. And we turned on the light and the coaster was in the middle of the floor.
Holy God.
Yeah. So it took us a little while to calm down. We went back to bed. tried to go to sleep, and we heard something get thrown again. And I said, okay. I said, can you please stop, because we need to get our beauty sleep. And nothing happened for the rest of the night.
Wow.
The next morning we got up, and there was there had been a little bowl of Jolly Rancher hard candies on the dresser, and there was one on the floor. So that is what got thrown the third time. But that was our very first actual well, it really wasn't even an investigation. We just stayed in the hotel, but I think that really kind of like got us hooked, having that experience on our very first
But you know, everybody, anybody's watching, listening, and of course you lovely people. I mean, we all have experiences. You know, we all have paranormal experiences, because that's what we want, or we crave, or whatever it may be.
Right.
So what's really cool, when like her story there, it was a great night. But you know, it's the fact that, you know, it's great to talk about. But, you know, without I wish I had a video of it, you know, the validation, you know, because it's all about hearsay. We can all you know, I could, you know, whatever. Oh, I saw something floating, but without the proper, you know, it's just talk, you know, but
you know, I feel like most things like that happen when you're not recording.
Yeah.
You know,
true.
So
that's true. And that's why, you know, now, you know, I just tell me to shut up and I will, but that's why one of our, because that's why, you know, we've learned, we're still students in the paranormal field. I'll be a student to the day I'm on, until we quit or whatever. I'm always a student, and that keeps us all humble, whatever words you want to use. But to be a student in the field, it's the best thing in the world, because that means you go to each investigation as a couple or not, but knowing that anything can happen. If you go into it that you're really like, oh my God, I'm the best of the best, that's when it's like, you know what, you need to go. Because long story short is, I'd rather be a student in the field than think that I am, or whoever is like, I'm the best of the best. It's ridiculous, because we're students, and it's the best attitude you can have, and such. That's my opinion.
So I would like to answer the question on the screen during a scary investigation. Who was more scared? Definitely George. I will give you an example. We had the opportunity to investigate a hotel during the pandemic. It was shut down, so we were the only two there. And we had a lot of experiences there, but the best one was the elevator. So we had gone down to the first floor, and
you suck so bad.
and walked out of the elevator and realized everything was closed up. So as we were coming back in, George got this like shock go through him, and he screamed, ran out of the elevator, started pulling his body cam and everything off. And I was like, oh my, and I'm sitting there laughing the whole time.
I said, yeah. I'm out. I took my body cam off. I'm nervous as hell. It was an elevator scene. All of a sudden I felt this 9-volt, it felt like this 9-volt charge go through my body. So the next thing you know, I'm leaving the elevator. I'm taking my body cam off, throwing down my equipment. I said, there are some F-bombs. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm like, I'm out of here. That's it. And the only thing she said to me, she didn't care about me. She goes, what kind of paranormal investigator are you?
No, that was later in the night.
Well,
but we did on video get something. Actually, was it this little black thing shooting? Was it in or out when he screamed? So there was something. But later in the night, we since we've had so many, we even got an EVP in the elevator. So we decided to sit on the second floor. We sat in front of the elevator doors, and we started doing an EVP session. And he had asked, if anyone is here, can you turn on the elevator? And a few minutes later, the elevator turns on. And we look at each other, and we're the only two in the whole hotel. So we thought there were other people in the hotel. So we jumped up. I went one way, he went the other. We're peeking around the corner, and the elevator was just running. The light wasn't even on or anything. It was just running. And there was only 3 floors of this hotel, and the elevator was on the 3rd floor. And it was just running and running. And it did that for about 10 minutes.
It was
and
weird.
and
Yeah.
George at that time, he's like, that's it, I'm out.
out.
And I said, we're staying. I'm like, why would you leave now? I'm like, what kind of investigator are you? And yeah.
He's already been electrocuted for the night.
Right. But yeah, we took the stairs up to the third floor. It was still, and we went in front of the doors, and it was still just, it was like stuck up there. It was just running and running and running.
Weird.
And then a few minutes later, the doors opened and nobody came out.
No, but look, I'm not. And again, I just want to intercept that for a second. I am the most. It's real. I love paranormal investigating, but I do get scared. I don't care how many tattoos I have. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care if I lose my man card to everybody. I don't care. What I mean is I get scared. If it's pitch dark and I get touched, scratched, if I hear somebody whisper in my ear, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm out. And it is what it is. But I'd rather investigate, and I don't mean it in a funny way. Spirits don't sleep, as we all probably can say that they don't. We don't know. It's an opinion. If I can investigate during the day than at nighttime, I'll take the day job, because at nighttime, I'm not, as I get older, when 1 o'clock in the morning hits, 2 o'clock in the morning hits, I'm like exhausted.
Yeah.
And it's all about energy. And I just saw the question to answer that. I was very proud of myself just this past investigation. And I know it sounds really stupid, but I'm about to say this. I went to Cara. I said, God, I'm so proud of myself. She goes, why? I stood up all night and investigated, because normally about 11 o'clock, I start getting tired. I'm like, man, I need some coffee or sprinkled donuts or something. And so it's, if I could, Cara's always been she's been the trooper. She can stay up all night long. Me, I'm like, I'll meet you at the room.
It helps if things are, if something's happening, then yeah. But if things aren't happening, if I get tired, then I'm done. But yeah, like George said, it's all about the energy. And, I feel like when you're, worn down and tired like that, you're opening yourself up to, getting an attachment or having something bad happen. So, I would rather not investigate when I'm super tired. But yeah, like George said, we've got some of the best things happen during the day. So you can investigate during the day. And I mean, the nighttime, it's quieter, and the ambiance is a little bit spookier, but you can get just as good of things happening during the day.
Well, it's one of the we're just, these people are never going to invite us on again, because we just don't want to shut up. No, but it's kind of like those situations that I talk to people, and I try to talk to people understand. It's not about the black, and I've said this a million times, but I'm just going to say it again. It's not about the black shirt that we all wear when we paranormal investigate. It just fits the profile. It all starts. You can wear a pink shirt, yellow shirt, whatever you want. You don't have to wear a shirt at all. I don't even care. But it's all about what you bring into the location. It has everything to do with your heart. It has everything to do with positivity. It has everything to do that. It's kind of like the four of us right now. If we were sitting down having dinner and we start talking, it has everything to do with, let's say, wow, these people are really nice. I think spirits see the same thing. If you walk into an investigation, I think we talked about this before on your other show. Yeah. It's all about, I feel, my opinion only, and that where people can't get mad at me if it's just my opinion. It's all about, if Cara and I go investigate, we really are generally happy people. Right. And we go and investigate. I do believe, and Cara being a Reiki master, I know she understands this, it's all about the white light. If you go into investigation and you have you're going in, I do believe, my opinion is, we put off ourselves as human beings, like an orb, an aura, whatever it may be. Kind of like how we see spirits. We see auras, we see this, we see orbs. What if, like I said before, what if, you go to an investigation, you're not, could I say pissed off, or is it too late?
Sure, no.
Okay. You go to investigate, you had a crappy day with your spouse or at work, and you go into an investigation and you put off this red orb or red energy that makes, that spirit saying, that guy's in a really bad mood, blah, 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 blah. But if you go to investigation like we do, we try to, is we go in with a white light. And I think the spirits can see that. And I do believe that's why we get evidence that we get. I mean, we get some really good evidence. And some people don't seem to understand. It has everything to do with you. Everything, when it comes to paranormal investigating, has everything to do with you, your attitude, your love for life, or love for what you do. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, it's so easy to do, just to be happy. I mean, just to be happy.
I mean, I look at it like as a living person, you walk into a room and you see a group of people over here that are laughing and having a good time. And then over in this corner, you see a group of people that are just mopey and negative. Like, who are you going to be drawn to? Me personally, I want to be with the happy, fun people. And I feel like the spirits are the same way. So if you go into an investigation in a bad mood, or you have the wrong intentions, they're not going to want to interact with you. They're going to interact with, the people that are having a good time. I mean, like or even if you're not even like talking to the spirits, like, doing an EVP session, asking, yes questions. If you're having a good time, they're going to want to interact with you. Like, we were at an investigation one time and we were playing a board game and we were talking about what color everyone was going to be. And George is like, I'm going to be yellow. And I'm like, I'm going to be red. And we got an EVP of a man saying, I'm red. So,
really cool.
just, we're sitting there having a good time playing a board game and they're, wanting to interact. So I'm a firm believer in, like, if you come to an investigation with, you're negative and a bad mood, like, you're not going to get as good interaction as if you're in a positive, happy mood and you're having fun.
No,
okay. Now they're gonna really tell me to show. I'm like, I have to disagree with you, Cara, because it has nothing to do with people. I'm gonna make it funny. You think I agree with you, babe?
Okay.
I wanted to make it funny. If those people that I don't want to hang out with are like really negative, but if they have a table filled with, I don't know, like sprinkled donuts and Pop-Tarts and stuff, I'm going to that table no matter what. It doesn't matter. See, Cara, I'm not stupid.
Yeah, but you're not going to spend a lot of time there. You're going to get your donuts and run.
Oh, I'm going to be out.
With a donut on each finger.
Right?
Exactly.
I think going back to what George was saying about the day stuff, because when we were at the Doniana in the jail and it was just me and Keith and there was nobody else there, and the night before we didn't really get a ton, and we're just wandering around kind of looking at stuff, and that was when I heard the most footsteps, those sort of like conversations, just over your shoulder kind of a thing. It was definitely more active, I feel, during the day than it was the night before.
And what you just said is, and that to me is validation, because if you think about this for just a moment, for what you just said, and please, hear me out, is when do us four have the most energy? During the day.
Yeah.
We have the most, we're wide awake. I mean, look at me, we're wide awake. We got the whole day. It's all about energy. So if you go investigate during the day, the possibilities are huge, because it's all about energy. If I go to investigation right this second with all these Pop-Tarts in my body, I don't know what I'm going to get. I may get some great evidence, but what you said is I feel I want to say, if I was science or a scientist or whatever, that's a fact, because it's all about basically energy. Right. During the day is when we have the most energy. So Absolutely. That's my opinion. So,
and the spirits need energy to interact with us.
Yeah. Well, and then
they are energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And then when we went to Oracle, the TB hospital, remember, it was just me and you, and I had a terrible day at work, was just not in a good mood at all. And I told him as soon as we got there, and I said, I don't feel like anything's going to happen. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, I just feel like I have this wall up. I just am not feeling very,
Right.
And sure enough, nothing.
We got nothing. It was just us and the group before us left, and they were getting a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, what Wendy just said, I apologize. That was rude of me. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to. Wendy just commented on something about her. So she basically. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You're good. Wendy's coming back up there.
All right. So Wendy, you know what you could do to that? If spirits can actually, which we don't know, everything's an opinion. If spirits can actually see us like we can see them, or vice versa, go ahead and put a little tag on your shirt saying, I am not pissed off. I just look pissed off. Please talk to me. Who's to say the spirits will see that little note? I mean, who knows, right? So if you look pissed off, that's what you put out there, and you're not. put a little note on your chest or something like that, and just say, I'm not pissed off. I just look this way.
You should get Wendy a shirt.
Right?
Yes, I'm not pissed.
I'm not pissed off.
I'm happy.
Really nice. I'm talking.
No, it's true. But I apologize for interrupting you. That
You're fine.
no, I don't know when to shut the hell up.
He really doesn't.
I don't, man.
Okay.
So my next question is, being connected emotionally as partners, couples, whatever you want to, call it.
Yeah.
What are some of the negatives and positives? You feel you guys are more sensitive? Do you think it helps, or does it hinder an investigation in any way, or a little of both?
I'll go with this one, Cara, if you don't mind. I think it's a little of both. I think okay, the pro and the good is that your partner knows when, let's say, you have an attachment or something's going wrong, he or she can see like, oh my God, that's not my husband, that's not my wife, etc. It may be.
Right.
It's always good to go in an investigation to at least have somebody know you. Now, what the disadvantage that Cara and I had to deal with for a while, and it's not a bad thing, y'all. It was mainly that we were because we investigate together. You're always going to have like, well, they're probably doing this, they're probably whispering, or they're doing this because they want to get all the evidence. I don't even know what the word may be. But so what was really sad for both of us, we would have to go to investigations, and we felt like right away that we had to split off. So instead of investigating together, we'd go to investigations saying, well, babe, I'll see you at the end of the night, because we can't investigate together anymore because people are thinking this, or they may say this. We want them to understand that we're not, and et cetera. But we'd still get the same evidence, but just not with each other. So the disadvantage for us, or any couples, I would say, is everybody's going to get to a point where they're going to have to be split off because of talk, let's say. Now, it hasn't happened to us in a long time, but at the same time, in the beginning stage, that was the disadvantage of us, because we look forward to an investigation, but we'd have to split off because which we didn't mind, I guess, but we weren't there to have anybody not believe us, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Well, so this is the question, and this might be just me, but are we actually getting the reason why we do this isn't to get proof for anybody else?
Right.
We do this for us. So whether it's just me and Keith and we're in the room and we see a shadow in the corner, whether we get it on camera or not, as long as we both saw it, that's for us. I mean, I can't, even if
I have to
show that. I mean,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And and we don't do that anymore. Like this was in the beginning. I mean, like, because we'll be honest, we got accused of faking. So that just kind of really destroyed us. And so we were like, I don't want people to think that anymore. So that's when we just started to split off. We really didn't. I mean, I know George said we got the same evidence, but I think we didn't get as good as evidence as we did when we were together, because when we're together, our light is brighter. Like, we're a beacon to these spirits. Right. And like, he has abilities that I don't, and I have abilities that he doesn't. So we complement each other, and it makes our light brighter. But we don't care what people say anymore. Like, we investigate together, and that's it. Like, we are a team. Like, if that's it, like, if people want to try to say that we fake things, then that's on them, not us, because we know, that we have no reason to fake anything. Why would I just don't understand why people would think that people would spend, hundreds of dollars to go to an investigation,
pre-rigged
stuff, and exactly, just to fake something like that doesn't make any sense. Like, that is like the furthest thing from our mind.
Yeah.
So we don't care. We don't care what people say. We are a team, and that's it. And we investigate together all the time now. And since we have been not separating, we've been getting really good activity.
But something that you just said a little while ago is you said we do it for ourselves now. We don't try to like, oh, let's put this up there, all the evidence and whatever it may be. We do it now for us. And how in 10 seconds why I got into it. When I had cancer, I was afraid of dying. I'm afraid of dying to this day. And when I got into paranormal investigating, really it was for my own hope, to have hope, because on a very serious note, is I got into paranormal investigating because I was afraid when I was told I had 19 years to, I had 1 year to live, and it turned out to be 19 years later. I went through a depression. I went through so much in the first year and a half, 2 years, thinking, all right, I have one more day. I have one more day. So when I got my first EVP, or my first experience in the paranormal field, it actually made me happy, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, we don't just
Disappear.
We don't just disappear. So with that EVP, and anybody that just says that, oh my God, there's no such thing as whatever the wording may be, afterlife or whatever.
Yeah.
I have actual evidence that makes me feel good inside that there is something. And I do paranormal investigating for myself, because I don't want to ever lose hope that there's something, that there's nothing after we leave here.
Right.
I believe in deja vus or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
I do believe that's because we keep, in my opinion, is because we keep on reliving, let's say, or we keep on coming back, reincarnation, whatever. Just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. But there's certain things that are unexplained, and that's why we are paranormal investigators, because Cara and I like to use our minds, but it's the unknown, and it makes it nice that there's so much to learn out there still, and that's why we keep on doing it.
Yep. Well, before we get to that next question, I do want to kind of continue on that thought. Do you guys think that the negativity, as far as, well, you guys are couples, you guys are just putting this evidence together, you're faking it? Do you think any of that stems from Hollywood and TV, though? Because I think for a long time, TV had the stigma that it was all fake, it was all staged. So, I don't think people really experienced people who were actually investigating for real. They thought it was all just a show, So you think it might have stemmed from that, and that's why people feel that way, or?
I think so, because I mean, as investigators, we know that a lot of the time when we go on an investigation, nothing happens.
Right.
So like with these shows, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. So something has to happen, but, and like with us, like, as we said, a lot of times nothing happens. So I think as a couple, when we're getting a lot of evidence, a lot of Class A EVPs, people are automatically going to think that we're faking, because how can they get so much good, evidence, or, EVPs? Like, they have to be faking, which is not the case. I feel like it's our energy and our light that attracts, and they'll want to interact with us. That's just my opinion.
No, that's a great opinion. No, and you're absolutely, like, after we did Ghost Adventures, that was fun. But to actually got to work with these guys for 4 days, and I know this is what I'm trying to say is this: I truly, people say people fake this, blah blah blah. Those guys are great investigators. I'm always going to be a fan. I'm always going to be a fan of these people, to those guys, and to watch them work and get real evidence was like, oh my God, it was amazing. And the reason I said that is, I do believe people may want to so-called fake things, or exaggerate, or have a fishing string, or whatever they want to do. But
Right.
those are the people that just are doing it for the wrong reason. They're doing it for fame. They're doing it to get to the next so-called, if there's any such thing as a level, because I do believe everybody's equal in the paranormal field. We all ask the same questions. We all wear black shirts. It's the same thing. What's your name? Blah blah blah. What year? But I to answer your question, hopefully I answered your question. I mean, it's just.
Oh, you did. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I forget what I said.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Yes.
Darren.
Oh, Darren's on. Hey, Darren.
Hi, Darren. Okay.
So,
that was it.
Eric on stage had a question. Yeah, Darren. Are spirits drawn more to the gender of the investigator, or the positive energy of the investigator?
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it really depends on the spirit. I think children are probably more drawn to female investigators, because, they look at us as a mother figure.
Yep.
But I do really feel that the positive energy has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I believe I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
I think a lot of times women have a more outgoing personality, though, than men do, right? I mean, I don't know. From what I've seen so far in the paranormal field, that's what I've seen. They're much more outgoing, and the guys are just running around screaming.
Because we're all crazy.
Well, I think, and also women are a lot more patient.
Exactly.
Right.
No, I think women, I mean, I hate to put like there's a category of women and men. I think we're all equal in the field. I really do mean that. And when it comes to men or women, but I do believe women put out a better investigation than us guys. Because I feel that sometimes guys go into it trying to be a paranormal warrior and throw me in a cell, blindfold me, cover me with peanut butter. I don't care. But then you have ladies that, like Cara was saying, you guys are mothers. They're more sensitive. I mean, I think women generally are better paranormal investigators. And that's just what I feel. I think ladies or women, both are just extremely great at what they do when they paranormal investigate.
You know, I agree with Vinny. He says they're really less intimidating.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
I agree 100%.
Exactly.
Or you get when you go to the jails, or actually the opposite when we went to the birdcage.
Mhm.
Because at the jail, there's 2 cells that any woman goes into, and she usually gets touched or
That's awesome.
whispered. Yeah,
That's awesome.
when they don't
Wow.
know what's going to happen, and you go in there, and then it happens to you, and it's awesome.
No, I mean, on a paranormal side, I don't mean to be rude, but that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it is. It's like,
It
wow.
was great, but it was a little,
No,
when
and
it first happened.
no, and that's for to piggyback off that story. It's like for me when I went to a jail cell in Amador Courthouse and jail in Jackson, California. I've been there 7,000-8,000 times, and I've probably 7 times. But I've been scratched in the same cell 5 out of 7. I think I don't know what the number.
Yeah,
is,
5 out of 7 times.
5
we've
out of
been
7
there.
times I've been scratched in that same damn cell. Blah blah blah, and it sucks. And I haven't been back there in a long time because I admit I'm afraid. I don't want to go back. And it has.
Yeah.
I personally, I think it has everything to do with me. Well, I'd rather get my hair brushed, but I don't have much hair being in a cell like the ladies do. But I was like, but I have a feeling people would say, well, it's because you have tattoos, and not that I'm not trying to categorize that people in jail all have tattoos, but it's more so like you walk into a cell. It's always this, they always want to, like, I don't know what the wording is, but you're a threat. This is my cell. This is my get out, so.
Well, and also you've been told you were a warden in a past life, so that could have something to do with it too. But I mean, like, two of the scratches that he got on 2 different occasions, they actually bled. They were so bad.
Oh,
wow. And one of them, we even got our friend that was with us. She got an EVP saying knife after it happened. So
Shit.
it was.
That's creepy.
Scary. Yeah, it was creepy. Yeah. Now we investigate, like, donut stores.
Oh no! So we just went to a prison last weekend, so that they didn't have donuts there.
No, I was pretty pissed about that one.
if you would have brought donuts, maybe you'd have gotten more.
Yeah,
we actually we had a lot of things happen there. So
it was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then at the brothel, he kept getting a woman's voice on the spirit box saying his name.
What?
Said my name a couple
said
times.
his name 3 or 4 times, and then he kept getting, like, brushed on the back of his arm.
That gives me
And the
goosebumps.
back
Just
of-
do it.
And then the back of his neck, he said he kept, like, getting fingers across there. And I said, well,
crazy.
if you were one of the guys, playing cards, what are you going to do to get your attention?
Right.
But isn't that okay? That story, isn't that amazing though? I mean, I find it to be like, oh my God. I mean, that's what freaks me out as a paranormal investigator is that, like, when you get an EVP or you got touched, like you got stroked on the back of your hair, doesn't that mean that someone on the other side of the veil is right there next to you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and it makes me like, it's just really, to me, it's just so awesome. It is just so awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool feeling.
It's a great feeling. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you went to that brothel before. I'd probably, if I was your lady, I'd be like, oh, so where were you last night, mister?
No, we need to go back again.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was so much fun.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So I have a question for both of you guys. So you can each answer this, and I'm really curious about your answer on it. So what qualities do you find most beneficial from each other when it comes to paranormal investigating?
Oh, go ahead, Cara. I want you to go first.
Oh, you want me to tell your qualities?
Okay.
Yeah, like what do you think the good qualities from him that help in investigating?
Well, he thinks outside of the box. Like when we do EVP sessions, he doesn't just ask questions. He will count and leave out a number, or he'll try to get them to, to find out if it's an intelligent, spirit. Like one time we were investigating, and we were investigating an attic of a house where kids used to play hide and seek. And he said, oh, there's this game where people used to hide and someone would count and try to find them. It's called hide, and you hear a little boy say seek. So I mean, he tries to not just do the usual questions, and he is very humble, but he has some abilities. He's clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. Like he can know things and see things that other people can't. So, and just his positive energy is, great on an investigation.
Well, that was nice of you to say.
That's pretty hard to follow that one.
Well, she makes a great meatloaf. I mean, she's amazing at what she does. No, with Cara though, I just here it is, and I'm glad I have to talk about her, not myself, because I hate talking about them. But for Cara, what I love about her when she paranormal investigates, she thinks also outside the box. She goes into investigation, I think, more drive than I may have, and you always have to have that one person that gives you that, like, I don't know, that energy that might be missing that day. Right. I think I do believe what Cara does for me, or for the paranormal journey for everybody, is she accepts every location, everybody for who they are. She doesn't judge. She just goes into it as a mother figure or a wife or someone that's very, 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 very sensitive too. But for Cara, she just, she just has more. God, she just has more direction when we're paranormal investigating, more of a drive than I do, because I get tired and she'll pick me right back up, and she'll say something like, you know what, we got to do this. We got to do this, not for ourselves, but for the location itself. And that's what we all come back 10 minutes ago. That's the sensitive mother side of her. And her being, again, and I'm not just trying to put this out there, her being a Reiki master. Oh my God, to me, that's just like so good to have as a partner next to you on a paranormal team. I mean, it's just Cara and I. So, but she does a great job. And I just got done saying this at the jail cell, at a state prison we're at, that I was really proud of her, because she got scared, but at the same time, she stood her ground. She stood her ground, and I'm not trying to be funny. I would be the first person. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm out, man. I'm out. I want to go back to the hotel. For you. I want to go back to the hotel. We're going home. But she's she's my best friend, and and to see her grow, and I'm being able to grow with her as paranormal investigator, I couldn't ask for a better partner. I mean, we've dealt with teams, and it's great. I love people. I love teams, but it's we're there for our own reasons, I think. Right. And I'd rather divide up our time with different teams than just be with a group of 5 all the time, because every group that you go to, you can learn off of each group when you investigate. It's kind of like watching Ghost Adventures or Ghost Nation or whoever, Ghost Hunters. Don't think about the TV show. Take away something out of that TV show that, hey, man, that's a great idea. I'm going to try that, Right. So, but no, Cara, I'm sorry. She does put out great meatloaf, though.
I don't know. Cherries are in season. How's her cherry pie?
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff, man.
Oh, my God. I love some cherries. Good
yeah.
I have to come visit you guys.
Absolutely. We always throw the offer out there. We've had some people stay with us in the last few years, and, it's great. We have room. It's just her and I. The kids are grown up and gone, and we love people in general, man. It's just so nice to run into people that love the interest of the journey of paranormal investigating, because there's nothing better, man. It's just so much fun to see other people scream instead of just me.
That's true. It makes him feel better. He's not the only one.
Right?
Thank
He's scared
God.
too.
Thank God.
See, for us, it's usually just Darren. So you hear
Yeah.
somebody scream,
Yeah.
then you go, Darren.
Yeah,
Oh,
Darren,
man.
well, they call
but-
him Shadow Man.
But mine are high pitched. I mean,
Are they?
mine are just like, was that a girl? No, that was me, babe. I'm like, so-
Who was that? An EVP? Did a girl just scream?
Yeah.
exactly. It's exactly
just
true.
George.
It's just me.
Just George.
So do
Okay.
you guys, so since you've been doing this for a while, do you guys ever bring it home? Do you guys ever investigate in your house anymore?
We still, Cara, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
We do. I know it's kind of like one of those, oh, you don't do it, you don't do it. We
Well,
live in
it's not that we bring it home
but we investigate sometimes here.
Right.
because
Yeah.
we have two spirits that lived here before. So, this is their house too, but we don't bring it home from a location.
No.
That's probably
Yeah.
poorly worded the way I worded it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean do you bring the investigation home, but do you actually investigate in your own home? That's really what
We haven't in a while, but we mainly do it. I think, if you don't mind, is we've had some stuff happen here when we first moved in. We won't get into the story, but there's
Right.
someone died here, etc. I think, but we actually like to test out our equipment here at the house.
Right.
Because the equipment now these days we use basic stuff, from basic. And we like to test it here at home so we don't go into a location where it's pitch dark. We don't know where the button's at or whatever. So, but, for this past Christmas, Cara got me a great piece of equipment, and that's the music box. I mean, some guys get a fishing pole. Some people get underwear. I got the music box,
Got
and
the music box.
it's a great piece of equipment. I just
Yeah,
loved
but
it.
he dropped it last weekend and broke it.
Oh,
Luckily, he was able to fix it, and we found all the pieces.
thanks, Cara.
Fired.
It works now.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, I believe
but
it.
yeah, but yeah, I got him the paranormal music box, and I got him the Eddie Plus.
Yeah.
So we just pretty much use those two things and our EVP recorders and our phones to video. We actually just upgraded our phones so we can take better videos, but that's really all we use anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
No,
all
that's-
fits in your pockets.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, we're at that sale over the weekend, and we're like, we're carrying all this stuff. I had all this stuff, and it's just like we can go back to home base and drop off equipment, and then we let's try something else and go back and forth. So we carried everything, and that's when I dropped the music box, and all of a sudden I hear something like crackle, and the next thing I hear this F-bomb. Kara's like, "You stupid!"
No, you said this is him. All of a sudden I hear something drop, and he's like, "Oh no!"
Exactly. I was so mad at myself, but
Because you didn't hear him scream, so you knew it was him doing it.
exactly. So, oh man, but I fixed
I
it.
just screamed and be like, "Look, somebody grabs it out of my hand."
Exactly. So no, I dropped it. I was a knucklehead, so that was fine. But yeah, so that's where we're at so far. Everything's just really good. You ever just like the two of you? I mean, you ever just have right in your life right now where it's supposed to be really good, that I'm talking paranormal and in life, but things are really fun and good right now. Not that they've never been.
No, yeah.
It just, everything's really good. Everything's just, the puzzle pieces are just fitting perfectly. Nothing's being forced. Everything's just fitting perfectly right now. So it's nice.
That's a good segue into my last question.
I know, it's pretty good. Look at him setting
God,
it up like
you
that.
think you know the questions already?
Do, 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 do.
Has investigating helped or hurt your relationship outside of investigating? You're talking about things just being right, and I guess I asked this question for people who maybe are skeptical about investigating with their partners, thinking, oh God, what happens if we argue? Is it going to affect our home life? Things like
Right.
that. So what's your guys' opinion on that? I'd like to hear Cara's opinion on that.
I think it's helped because, it's always a good thing when couples have, it's a hobby for a lot of people, and it kind of started off as a hobby for us, but it's good to have something to do that you both enjoy. Like before this, George likes to fish. I not so much. And we had different things we like to do, but paranormal investigating, we both love it and we both enjoy doing it. you know, we make a point if we are, I mean, we do argue at times, and we do make a point at if we're having an argument and we're supposed to go on an investigation, we don't go, because we're just going to bring in that negative energy, and nothing's going to happen. And we're just going to open it up to, you know, having negative things go on. So, I mean, every couple argues, but paranormal investigating doesn't cause an argument. But I think it helps because, you know, we're working together, and it just brings us closer together, I feel.
It does. It does. And what better thing could she have is me, where she knows she's going to see me. No, she's going to see me screaming sometime through the night. I mean,
and I'm going to laugh.
Always a good thing.
Yeah. No, she's right though. You know, there's
the dishwasher right the night before. Like, you're gonna scream tomorrow, and I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, exactly. No, but you know, she's right though, because I used to bass fish tournaments and stuff like that. I'd always be gone a couple of days, or go bass fishing all day long, and we lose a day being together. I know that sounds like a Hallmark card, but you know, I really love being with Cara. We have such a fun time. And so to not give up bass fishing for paranormal, but to find something that we really, really love to do is so much fun doing it together. I mean, we just have a great time.
Yeah, and I agree with Vinny. It's new every time. Every time you go, it's something different.
Exactly.
And I think you really can learn a lot from each other, you know, because you're experiencing things you wouldn't normally experience outside of doing that. You know what I mean? And I think you can learn really a lot of emotion, a lot of maybe what your what do I want to say? Some of your gifts are, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
I know we talked about the abilities and gifts. You know, I know Cara said so. I think we're all born. I do believe, I know there's supposed to be it's a couple show, but I do believe everybody out there needs to be told this. I think we're all born with the so-called abilities. I really do. I think we all had that experience of, let's say, little Johnny goes steals a candy bar from the local TG store or whatever, and he says, "Oh man, I should have listened to my gut. I knew I was going to get caught." Or a young lady say, "Man, I should have never went out with that guy because I should have listened to my gut. My gut was telling me not to." We're all. That's what I mean by that is, no matter what the ability may be, we all have that gut feeling, and that to me, my friend, is an ability, a gift from when we're born. We're all born with it, and my stuff, you know, in a nutshell, is I hate going backwards, but you know, when I was not feeling so good way back when I went through radiation. The radiation was done up here in my area, up in my head and my face, and I do believe during that time, after I had a couple of grand mal seizures after radiation, I will agree with Cara. Ever since then, something opened up, something happened, and I don't know what happened. And you know, it's not like a light switch. It just happens. And I don't know why or when. It's not what I eat. It's not if I drink vitamin D milk or low fat milk, it triggers it. It just happens. Right. And I do believe that everything that I experience now has everything to do with those 2 or 3 grand mal seizures I had many years ago. You know, I that's just my opinion, because that's when I remember it all started for me.
Well, you hear that a lot. You hear people have traumatic events happen in their life, and then all of a sudden they're seeing, feeling, you know, a lot of different things happen.
And it kind of makes sense. We don't really know what happens when you have a seizure, but you know that it's your neurons that are firing. So it's all this extra energy. It's all this extra, you know, activity that's happening in parts of your brain that maybe you're not using. And now you've connected those neurons.
True.
So now you've opened that door.
And you nailed it 100%. You are such a smart young lady. You're absolutely right. Because that, you know, we only use like 7% of our mind or something like that. And, you know, the trigger it from, like you said, I don't mean to jump on a medical side, but grand mal seizures or seizures alone are not, they can't really say why and when or why it happens. It just happens. And it does. Maybe it triggers like another 1.5% of your mind. And it's that 1.5% that, oh my God, now you can walk through walls. Not that I'm doing that, but now you're seeing things that not normally people can see. When it does happen, it's like a slideshow. It's I don't know how else to put it. It's just really weird, but it doesn't happen all the time. When Cara says, "Oh, he's gifted," or this or his abilities, it's not. I want to disagree with her to a point, because it's a lot of pressure. But it comes and goes. It comes and goes. It's not like always there, because if so, I'd go to the casino right now and say, Everything on red. You know?
Then you'd be living in the other part of California.
Oh yeah,
Another Brentwood? Yeah, exactly.
exactly. So
Well, George, I do want to say, congratulations on kicking cancer's ass.
yeah,
Again.
absolutely.
Glad to see you're doing well.
Yeah,
And
good.
you both you guys are just every time we watch you on a show or we have you on the other shows, you guys are just so positive and just full of energy. And I love, you tweet out these little things or on Facebook in the morning, these little live sessions that you do. And I love listening to it because you're just so positive and uplifting. And it's just really cool. It's really cool.
I honestly, gosh, I just got chills because, if it helped you, that's all I want to do is help one person a day if I can, because, thank you. That's really kind of you to say, especially coming from we're always afraid, back 20 years ago, oh, I love you, man. You couldn't say that 30 years ago to a guy, but for you to say what you just said is extremely thankful. I'm thankful for you to say that, because all I do is try to, I've been through a lot, man. I've been through the ringer in my life. I really have. And for when I do silly things, videos and stuff like that, I'm hoping it just hits somebody at home one time. And the biggest thing I like saying to people is just, if people would just, it would change your life on a daily if you just wake up every day and not just try to exist during that day, try to live that day.
Right.
And it's so easy to do, just to wake up and I'm just gonna go through my day.
Emotions.
Yeah. Don't just try to exist it, man. Try to get everything you can out of the day that was given to you.
Right.
It's so simple. So simple. So
that's awesome. Great advice.
That's pretty deep.
It is deep.
I apologize.
4 coffees in and 2 top Pop-Tarts.
That's a great way to end that. We're done.
I know, I'm like, rip off the camera.
We're good. Go back to Pop-Tarts now.
Oh man,
no, seriously, I want to thank you guys for jumping on with us today. I mean, I think this is going to be a great show. I'm really excited to, meet with other couples and kind of see what their experiences are too. And you don't have to be a couple. That's why I call it Partners in Paranormal, because any partner
brothers,
that finds
sisters,
that,
anything, yeah.
any partner that finds that kinship, that connection, being able to do paranormal investigating, I'd love to hear the different stories.
No, I'm looking forward to watching you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean this. I am gonna be the biggest fan because I want to watch all the couples and stuff do what you like to the segment tonight. I want to watch that because I want to see if people are dealing with the same stuff or not, or take something away. I think what you guys did with this is absolutely A+. I'm not just saying that because you gave me Pop-Tarts. I mean that. I think what you guys are doing is going to be so A+. Don't stop. I think it's going to hit home for many, many people. And I look forward to this. It's going to be on Sundays, every Sunday, right?
Yeah, probably for now every other Sunday. We'll see how it goes from there. So
depending on work schedules,
yeah, exactly.
The hospital doesn't close.
No, I think you guys are going to be seriously A+. I think you guys are so good looking and so good to watch, and I think you guys are going to nail it. I'm really proud of you both.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
And it was great having you guys on the first one. It really was. Yes. I mean, like I said, I know you don't want me to say it, but
No, I don't. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. It's that simple. Don't say it.
It comes down to, Keith talked to this guy once. And he had
this great idea. So.
No, man, I'm really proud of you. I mean, you're a man and you're a young lady. I'm really proud that you guys took this because I think you guys are definitely the right people to do this, man. I think it's badass.
Well, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on.
That was our part. You guys are awesome. We love having you guys.
Now our next plan is we just have to get everybody together.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, we have a couple of things coming up. I know. We were supposed to go down to you guys. It was during COVID, I think, right? Yeah. Cara and I were talking.
We're doing it again in October. We're doing the jail because we're going down there for Paracon.
We're going to be there all week from like Tuesday to Monday.
Which one's that one?
Paracon in New Mexico and Las Cruces.
New Mexico.
October 2nd.
That's far.
Far.
California.
We actually went to New Mexico last August, and we got stranded there for a couple days. My car broke down. So
it's going to be our whole group. It's going to be Papa Joey, Vinny, Wendy. It's going to be everybody that's going to be down there. So we'd all love to meet you guys. So
Yeah, you guys
if
can
it
come
ever
down
is a
and
possibility, that would be awesome. That would be really
come
cool.
and stay with us a day or two before, so it's not all in one.
No, honestly, now that COVID's all gone, we're all vaccinated here. We're at,
Well, it's not all gone.
Well, okay.
Don't say that. It's
Whatever. God, I'm sorry. Okay.
We're vaccinated. We'll just
There you
say
go.
that. Okay.
That's a whole nother topic.
Right?
Yeah, that's no, if you I know you haven't, I'm not just saying this, but if you tell us the dates of it, we just booked something this morning. We're going to Kansas City. I don't know.
No, we're not going to Kansas City. We're going to Kansas.
We're going to Kansas. We have
in Kansas. There.
Yes.
we have a few things coming up, but if you tell us the date, just tell us the date.
Yeah.
And even like Vinny said, the week, I think it's the week after that,
Yeah,
is the Vulture City Paracon here in Arizona. So
And
That's a
if you
good
come
one.
to that, we definitely have plenty of room to put you guys up if you wanted to come here. So that, there's options, but I know everybody in the group would love to meet you guys and do an investigation in person with you guys.
I would. I'm saying yes. I say yes.
Well, we have our event at the prison on October 23rd.
Okay.
When is yours?
I'll send you guys some dates.
Yeah.
Okay, send us some dates.
I'll send you some dates. That way you have some choices.
No, I would love to, because like I said, I like what you said. I just serve it right back to you. I think you guys are amazing. You guys are just flat out amazing, and I would love to meet you guys in person.
And we have a fantastic group. I mean, our group's such a family. It's just a lot of fun to investigate with everybody. It really is a lot of fun.
That's all. I only asked for one thing, and that's it. That's sprinkled donuts, man. What
happened to the M&Ms?
What happened to blue M&Ms?
Yeah, last time it was M&Ms.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of over the blue
donuts over blue M&Ms. I mean, if we're
I'm hooked on.
He likes sugary foods. That's
man.
So whatever.
You can pretty much give him anything with sprinkles on top, and he'd be happy.
I'm happy.
No, it's true. It's true.
It is. I put sprinkles. I put some sbrinkles on some ridiculous things.
He puts them on his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Oh, Cara, sorry.
Okay, so wait. We had a friend send us 25 pounds of sprinkles.
Holy
oh my
crap.
goodness!
So
yeah,
we have sprinkles like
for months
everywhere. So yeah,
I can only imagine vacuuming sprinkles every day.
You know what? I get my ice cream sandwich. Look, I'm 5'5". I do watch what I eat, because if I eat too much, I'm going to look like an Oompa Loompa. But you know what? It's a fact. So I have a weakness. I love sprinkles, and that is it. I'm a child. I like drinking out of the garden hose. I'm a child. It is what it is. So it's good stuff.
Well, Vinny just said if you guys do come to Arizona, he'll set up the Gila County Jail that we can go investigate if you guys come into town that
place
week.
is fun.
So that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be really cool.
I'm saying, like I said, please, if the invite is there, it sounds like it is. Let's work it out. I mean, we only have a couple of dates. Let's give us some dates. I know I won't get into details what we have. We have a few things, but I like to put this in there. That would be absolutely, I'm saying it, badass.
That'd be fun. That'd be great.
All right, cool. Right on, you guys.
Well, cool, guys. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your Sunday, and thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Right on,
thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us. Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
They're awesome. I love them.
They're so cute. I would like to see him look like an Oompa Loompa, though. That'd be
no. I see him in the background going, no, stop. Yep. Yeah, exactly. See? That's funny. Oh, man. Well, guys, we really want to thank everybody for joining us on our kickoff show here. We weren't sure how it was going to go, but it
went pretty well.
A really good show. And George and Cara were awesome.
Amazing.
And, I would love to do an investigation with them. That'd
be so much fun
having all of us.
I kind of want to hear George scream. I'm not going to lie.
Well, we'd have to put Darren after him, and then we'd see what happens after that.
It'd be easy. Darren scares everybody. You wouldn't even have to do it on purpose.
So if you guys know, if you're new to the show, you haven't watched Truth About Beer or anything else that we have going on, and you are a couple or partners and you do paranormal investigations, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to hear your experiences. And like George said, we'd like to see, if we're all experiencing the same things. I mean, I think that would be a lot of fun. So please don't hesitate. Reach out to us. Let us know if you're interested. And want to give a shout out. We got Vinny on watching today. And if you guys are in the need of any ghost hunting equipment, please go check out Ghost Hunters Outlet.
Yes.
As for all your equipment needs.
Which is probably not good that we know him because I have like 3 things
dangerous.
lined up that I want.
Yes, absolutely. And Wendy, you should be able to get a music box. You know people.
I know. She's got to get Darren to buy it for her.
Yeah, exactly. And then be sure on Tuesdays, watch Truth About Beer. And
yeah,
we always have interesting topics going on. And if you want to see a lot of good paranormal stuff, we get a lot of cool shows with the group on there. So that's
and
a lot
they
of
always
fun.
have an interesting beer.
Yep, always have an interesting beer. It's always fun. Quite different from this show. We're drinking coffee, water, and tea, so it's a big difference. So
not as exciting, but it is also, noon.
And for all you readers out there, if you guys are looking for some new ideas, some new authors to follow, we also work on a podcast with my dad called Bios to Books. So go check it out. It's got different authors on each episode.
Yep.
Introduce you to some new stuff and even some paranormal.
And he's working on one with.
Yeah, I had Patty Negri on.
Yep.
Last episode. That'll be coming out soon. So go check that out. That's a lot of fun. And by all means, go smash the like buttons on all these pages, including this one.
Yep.
And please share and subscribe. And we really appreciate that.
Yep. Subscribe to us and you get to see all the fun and excitement.
Yep.
We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
At this point.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
All right. So that's it. It's going to do for us on this Sunday. And hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks and we'll see who we have on at that time.
Never know.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.